And with early voting now over, more than 77 million Americans have cast their ballots through mail or in person in early voting this year. While this number is lower than the early vote turnout of more than 100 million in 2020, it's still a significantly higher than most previous elections. The surge in early voting shows that the lasting change in voting patterns across the United States, which were accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. This year, voters in swing states looked more enthusiastic than usual, as each of the 7 battleground states has recorded at least 1 million early ballots.
Well, it adds a little more excitement to the atmosphere, and it just really shows the importance of getting out there and choosing the right candidate, because our country's been through hell, and the last 4 years have not been good. If you look at the prices of the groceries and inflation, and the possible wars on the horizon, I think we need a president in office like President Trump that can set this country on the right path.
Both North Carolina and Georgia broke records on the first day of early voting, and Georgia has even surpassed the 2020 turnout with more than 4 million ballots.
Very proud that the voters are taking this election serious and doing their civic duty. And I'm very proud of the poll workers.
Now, some credit the higher voter turnout to Donald Trump, who, after spending years asserting that early voting was unreliable, showed openness to the process this time around.
So if you want to end this disaster, you got to get out and vote. Just go out and vote. You got to get out. We have to put it away. We're close. We're so close. You know, usually the Republicans are losing in the first week of the early voting. And we did something that has not been done. I don't think, Speaker, it's been done yet, but it's been done for us. We're leading every one of the swing states, all 7 of them. So.
Data shows that out of the 77 million early votes cast, around 41% have been cast by registered Democrats and 39% by registered Republicans. The number suggests that Republican voters did follow Donald Trump's advice and decided to vote early this year.
I think what Turning Point is doing, going out and asking the Republicans who didn't usually vote to go out and vote, is going to help make a big difference.
Now all eyes are on tomorrow's historic voting, as tens of millions of voters will head to the polls to elect the next president of the United States.
Washington is all set for a presidential battle like no other.
In less than 90 days, it's either going to be him or me sitting in the Oval Office.
Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump.
All we want is one simple thing. Get out on Tuesday and
A vice president versus a former president. As we head towards election night, Vantage will be live from the heart of the action. Speaking to voters in this final stretch.
I'm still very undecided.
Very close presidential race.
Tracking the campaigns as they make the last push. From exclusive ground reports to in-depth analysis, this is your one-stop destination for the presidential race. Join us on this special edition of Vantage, live from the White House in Washington, D.C.